There are so many amazing places that exist on Earth. You could visit a new place every day for 100 years and you would still find yourself filled with awe. These places come in all types. There are beautiful places like Niagara or Mount Fuji. There are breathtaking places like Iguazu Falls or the Grand Canyon. There are even dangerous places like the Sahara Desert or the Himalayan mountains. However, there do exist a few places on Earth that are a wonder all to themselves. It sounds like science fiction to say, but there are places where it seems the laws of science don't apply. If you don't believe us, then stay tuned. Here are 5 scientifically impossible places that actually exist. Minnesota is the land of 1,000 lakes. Along its northeastern border, just next to Lake Superior, is the Judge C.R. Magny State Park. Although it was named for a former mayor of Duluth, the park is known for something totally different. Here, visitors will be able to find an unusual rock formation and waterfall called the Devil's Kettle. It is actually a split waterfall where 2 falls from the same body of water flow over the rocks. While one of these falls flows beautifully into a pool below, the other fall takes a different path, plunging into a dark hole that has no exit. Visitors have reportedly dropped random things like ping pong balls, sticks, and even GPS trackers into the kettle with the hopes of seeing them reappear somewhere downstream. But each of these efforts were to no avail, as none of them resurfaced. For decades, no satisfactory explanations have been introduced, and it remains a fun urban mystery. Some have speculated that the tunnel is a path that leads into the nearby Lake Superior or plunged deep underground. No proof has been offered, though. Experiments have been conducted by the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, and they have strongly indicated that the disappearing water simply flows back into the river shortly below the falls. This was concluded by measuring the water flow above the falls and several hundred feet below them. The 2 readings were virtually identical, showing that no water was being lost to some other outlet. But these findings have not deterred people from exploring the natural wonder. Regardless of what science may have said, it still leaves so many people scratching their heads. There's a popular saying that lightning never strikes the same place twice. Whoever came up with this saying obviously hasn't traveled to Venezuela. There's a place here where lightning not only strikes the same place, but multiple bolts strike multiple places multiple times. If you ever want to see nature display the most amazing light show, then pay attention. At the mouth of Venezuela's Catatumbo River, where it empties into Lake Maracaibo, an atmospheric phenomenon happens which causes a mass of storm clouds to form. These clouds produce lightning that strikes at a frequency found nowhere else on Earth. Here, lightning strikes about 280 times per hour, 10 hours per day, over the course of 140 to 160 nights per year. Furthermore, the lightning changes its frequency throughout the year and is different year to year. This area has obviously attracted the attention of the science community who flock to this area to study this crazy occurrence year after year. While explanations have been offered, saying that the cold air blown in from the Andes Mountains mixes with the warm water of Lake Maracaibo and some surrounding marshes, it is still unknown why so much lightning is produced. But further studies will continue, and the phenomenon will continue to be a source of mystery for the scientific community for years to come. Africa is one of the most unique continents on the planet, offering a variety of plant and animal life. But in the country of Namibia, there is another wonder that can be observed which will leave you in awe. In some arid, grassy areas around this region, a phenomenon known as fairy circles has been identified. These fairy circles are circular patches of land that is barren of plant life. Generally varying between 7 and 49 feet in diameter, these lifeless circles are a mystery. Fairy circles typically occur in essentially monospecific grassy vegetation where conditions are especially dry. Just on the edge of these circles, the vegetation can be very crowded and dense before dispersing out like normal across the rest of the land. The cause of these circles is still a mystery. Various theories have been offered, both mundane and supernatural. One of the more favored assumptions is that sand termites are responsible for building them. but with little to no evidence to go on, there is no telling what causes them. In the oral myths of the Himba people, these barren patches are said to have been caused by the gods, spirits, or other natural divinities. Bushmen among these tribes have traditionally ascribed spiritual and magical powers to them. A few even believe that these circles are formed by a dragon in the earth and that its poisonous breath kills the plant life. For now, the cause is still a mystery. You can't discuss scientifically impossible locations without mentioning one of the most popular myths in the world, the Bermuda Triangle. This mysterious section of the Atlantic Ocean is an area found within an invisible border that can be drawn between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. In this area, airplanes and ships have seemingly vanished without even as much as a distress message on the radio. Search and rescue efforts always prove fruitless as well. This area covers 500,000 square miles of ocean just off the southeastern tip of Florida. When Christopher Columbus sailed through this area on his first voyage to the New World, he wrote that a great flame of fire crashed into the sea one night. Although we can probably write this off as a meteor strike, it doesn't explain his other reports. A few weeks later, Columbus wrote that he saw a strange light that appeared in the distance. To top it all off, he reported erratic compass readings. To this day, science has not offered any sort of explanation as to what goes on in this area. Many scientists have gone as far as to say that this is a huge myth, and in fact, this area poses no danger whatsoever. Every day, there are thousands of airplanes and ships that travel through this area and do not report any problems. Additionally, when you review the history, there is not a higher rate of plane crashes or sinking ships in relation to the rest of the world. What do you think? Should this area be concerning? Let us know in the comments. Every once in a while, something is found which offers no explanation as to its origins, like Stonehenge. In the southeastern area of Siberia, Russia, sits an unusual rock formation known as the Potomsky Crater, or the Fire Eagle Nest. This large formation is a huge mound made of shattered limestone blocks on the slopes of the Patam Highlands and sits in an area of dense taiga. It's no small mound either, measuring 520 feet in diameter and 130 feet in height. There's even a smaller mound inside the larger mound's crown-shaped cone that measures 39 feet high itself. Discovered in 1949 by Russian geologist Vadim Kolpakov, its origins have been the subject of intense scientific interest. Various theories have been offered, ranging from a meteor strike to volcanic and gaseous pockets under the Earth. However, none of these theories have yielded any proof. What is even more mysterious about this formation is that it is estimated to only be between 300 and 350 years old, quite young when compared to other geologic formations. In 2010, a scientific conference was held in St. Petersburg called Phantom Crater 2010. Various scientists gathered to try and come to a consensus as to what could have caused this rock formation. After discussing theories, the committee came to the conclusion that the crater probably originates from natural geologic processes. One thing to note is that there was no talk of meteorite activity when discussing this formation. This was attributed to the fact that no new evidence had been presented on those fronts. It often seems like we are always trying to catch up with science. Our vast knowledge of the Earth and the amazing things it offers is sometimes brought back down by these wondrous places. But as time passes, hopefully our planet will continue to share its secrets with us. To learn more about amazing places on Earth, click the link on screen now to check out another video. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.